This Iron Lad deck is taking over the Marvel Snap meta, Iron Lad being the new card which costs 6,000 tokens. I do think this card is beyond broken good. I don't think it should have been released in its current stat line. It's got a very powerful ability where if you can high roll onto something like Dr. Doom, the card just plays for an obscene amount of points, particularly when you consider that it has a 6 body. The other thing with Iron Lad is the synergy it has with Zabu. So if you're already running a deck which likes to play Zabu, Iron Lad becomes an even more strong consideration. This one is a Wave Doom deck where we play Wave on turn 5 and then we look to play Doom and She-Hulk on turn number 6. You can play the Iron Lad on turn 6 as well if Doom is still in the deck, for example, and the main consideration in this one is adding Chavez in. This deck is also running Jeff. If you don't have Jeff, don't panic. This is the most cuttable card in my opinion, and I do think that this deck wants to play Chavez anyway, so you can absolutely just make a straight swap for Jeff out and Chavez in. Chavez is going to be giving you your Wave and She-Hulk option on turn 5 more often because you know that you're going to have it. Often, otherwise, what happens is you have Wave access, but you don't know if you're top decking that She-Hulk on turn 6, so you end up not playing the Wave and then you draw the She-Hulk. Whereas if you had Chavez, you would have better information. Goose is an absolute must-have in this one. A lot of the net decks I've been seeing so far don't have Goose. Goose is so strong with She-Hulk and Wave because your opponent, all their cards are going to cost 4 and they're going to be locked out of the Goose lane. Meanwhile, you can play a Doombot in there and you can also sneak She-Hulk in there. Storm, of course, a nice option as well with Nebula, who is beyond broken good. And then we have the Darkhawk, the Rockslide, the Korg, and the Zabu package all fitting together nicely. This is one of the best decks in the game. Iron Lad, while it doesn't have that much synergy here, has just made this deck even better. And I would wager that this is the best way to play Doom Wave right now. Sorry guys, just getting my little spreadsheet for the videos set up. I'd probably build a deck more like a ramp deck. Yeah, agreed. I think this isn't like the deck that's like maximizing the potential of Iron Lad. It's just an example of a very good deck which Iron Lad just becomes better in. Like, just makes the deck better, right? Like, that's why the card is overpowered in my opinion, because you can just put it into a deck where it doesn't really have that much synergy and it still performs very, very well. The earlier we Rockslide, the more likely they are to draw the rocks. But yeah, we're going to look at ramp. We're going to look at maybe Sarah Control. Like any deck where you already play Zabu, basically. I think Iron Lad is just like, the stat line on the card is just insane. This is why I like Chavez, because if I had Chavez here, I would know if I'm hitting She-Hulk or not. So I would know if I wave, if I should wave. Has playing with Iron Lad changed how you feel about Howard? Howard's fine. But like, this is the star of the show, right? Like, you can just high roll without the Howard. I don't think Howard's bad. Oh, Iron Lad into Doom. Alright. I ain't so bad, is it now? I would wager this is enough. Nice. Victory. I mean, Iron Lad shouldn't belong in this deck. He's just that good. And that's the reality of the card. I'm going to snap. We have a nice curve. Storm seems awkward. I mean, Storm's very good when you draw her. Definitely not as good as Goose. Goose is auto-include in these decks. Again, I'm not sure everyone wasn't here earlier, but there's like before today, there's been this very popular Doom Wave deck, which Shade built, but I built like basically the exact same list. And people are finally respecting Goose in Doom Wave decks. It's just so good. Been a massive believer. But we could Iron Lad now, I suppose. 6 body and a Storm. Oh my god, it's so good. That is just unbelievable how good that is. It is so busted, actually. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So, interestingly, we can also storm another lane here. We just say we have enough. Let's storm the left. They might see it coming, of course.
Wind, aid my hand.
Oh, it's Iron Lad! What did it hit? Some kind of draw. Now, our Doom is already gone. Easy decision to Goose mid, because they most likely don't play anything this turn. That's going to lock them out of Sakar, apart from their stones. Wait! The flooding is still there! Oh god, I didn't realise that, I'll be honest. Okay, I might have done goofed a wee bit. It looks like I done goofed. I think the decision to storm on 4 was a bad one, but like Iron Ladding into storm is nuts. Yeah, his power is just too high. Nebula met like I just feel like Second Dinner had the balance so good, and then they've printed 2 cards which are just way too good. That's basically where we're at right now.
Wind, aid my hand.
Oh, Morbius is very scary. It's possibly within our interest to just give up on this location, honestly. Well, they're doing a good job because, yeah, Nebula... Like, the Nebula one... I'm going to make a video on it, actually. The Nebula release is actually particularly problematic for me. The card's just massively overstated. It should never have been printed at its current stat line. I do think it's slightly ridiculous. I don't think Iron Lad is good in discard either. I was thinking about it earlier. Yeah, it doesn't look good for us, unfortunately. I'm just going to go next. I mean, we could take the Iron Lad and try and high roll Doom. Seems very unlikely that we'll do it, though. I don't even know if it's that. They didn't hit any swarms. Oh my god, we hit the Doom! We hit the flipping Doom. And we actually get the victory. Unbelievable. If they played the APOC, were we losing? Yeah, they misplayed, but still. Victory. Oh, I snapped before I saw the Agatha. Well. Oh yeah, Iron Lad Agatha is also a deck. Maybe we should play that next. Like, Iron Lad is actually cracked in Agatha. Unironically. Because you want to play Quicksilver Domino, which has Iron Lad synergy. You also want to play Chavez. Yeah, he's definitely worth 6k. The card is busted. You can just high roll him. Yeah, I'm still over 2k Chavez boosters. He's not busted at all, LMAO. Okay. I mean, like, I'm just playing him in a deck here where he doesn't really belong, and he's been performing incredibly well, right? Think about when you build like a deck completely around the card, how OP broken it's going to be. 6 stats for 4 is not bad at all. We're talking like White Queen stat line there. You've got Zabu as well already, so like 4-cost cards are already quite a premium, you know. You don't really need them to play for the 8 points that you might expect. Agatha's doing a very good job. Tracker doesn't work on mobile. Yeah, Hitmonkey's also solid though, right? Hitmonkey's like got downsides. Nebula doesn't. The downside for Nebula is that she dies to Killmonger, but like, who cares really? Come on, the Iron Lad. Nope. Yeah, I don't think Iron Lad's very good in Mr. Negative. The problem is it has bad synergy with Bast and also with Mr. Negative. So if you have it in your hand, it makes your Bast worse, and if you have it in your deck, it makes your Negative worse. You could play it though. I mean, I don't hate it. Agatha to the right, and we might actually have a chance. Okay, the Goose limits the Agatha to go mid, but that might be fine. We're going to lock it in, ladies and gentlemen. Did Agatha just win us a game? Guys, I have a feeling we might be able to get infinite with Agatha. I think we might be about to play the Iron Lad Agatha deck. It's actually one of the first ideas I had for Iron Lad back in the day when this card was first released. It has so much synergy with Agatha decks. And also the Chavez change. Nice, Agatha win.